trading strategy. This episode we'll do two things. Number one, there is big news. As the title is a little clickbaity, but essentially it's like there's a limited window left before something happens, and a lot of people think that when that certain something happens, the price of Bitcoin will shoot up dramatically. So basically, may 31 days ka or less, because that's just the maximum possible window. You have that much time to accumulate as much Bitcoin as you can before the prices go shoot through the roof. So talk about that in a little bit. And then lastly, also for this episode, we'll talk about like my trading strategy, my long-term trading strategy so far for this kind of crypto cycle. But before any of that, we will do our usual ad. So I'll see you after the break.
Sawa ka na ba sa unactivated Windows mo? Well, lucky you! Pinakabago mula sa cdkeyoffer.com. Windows 10 and Windows 11 activation codes. Legit, safe, at pinakamura. Madali lang umorder. Hanapin ang Windows version na gusto mo. Piliin ang preferred payment method. Wala pang 5 minutes, nag-CDK ka na para sa Windows mo. Marami na kaming natulungan.
Dati, sad and depressed ako. But now, I found the love of my life.
Dati, aimless and walang purpose ang life ko. But now, I'm a world-class Zumba instructor.
So, web developer ako and content creator for a YouTube channel. And ngayon, ganun pa rin ako pero activated na yung Windows ko.
Kaya kung naghahanap ka ng legit, mura, at original software,
Check out cdkeyoffer.com.
Check out cdkeyoffer.com.
check out cdkeyoffer.com.
What's up, Brian from Facebook? You don't need to go to me directly. You can wait, I think you should let me just check that the chat is showing up properly. But basically anybody who wants free hardware, we have we have a gaming PC giveaway. So it's like legit gaming PC, hindi yung pipitsugin, hindi yung integrated graphics or something. As far as I know, it's the most expensive giveaway of a local tech channel. So the PC in question is worth more than 40,000 pesos. Legit 1080p gaming rig, ITX pa siya. So if you want the chance to win that one, check out the video. We released a video a couple of days ago. You can check that one out on how to win. Plus, we have a second giveaway for the APNX C1. So that's a case, mid-tower case, excellent cooling. That one alone is worth 8,000 pesos. So hiwala yun na competitions, but so you need to enter separately. So yung gaming PC competition, pati yung APNX C1 competition, but they're super easy to enter, super easy to have multiple ways of super easy to have earning multiple chances of winning for one person. So yeah, I mean, that's not even we have another video plan pa listing even more giveaways, kasi yung main giveaway namin yung gaming PC, pero we'll also have secondary prizes. So yung mga coolers, I think, and mga PSUs, bunch of Windows keys and things like that. We haven't even published that video yet. But yeah, so far for this month pa lang, we have 2 giveaways, and both of them are not these kind of like, well, parang pinapag-giveaway lang kasi, yung medyo murahin na pang bulk na ano. These are like, you will be happy if you win the giveaway, plus free shipping pa. So, yeah, check out that video. So both of them are detailed in 2 separate videos, both of them available on the YouTube channel. So do check them out on how you can join the giveaways. But for today, as mentioned, we'll be talking about the Bitcoin ETF. So what's the big thing coming up next month? So the US SEC, or the Securities Exchange Commission and Exchange Commission, has up to early January to approve. Marami ng kumpanya or investment houses that have applied na, can we offer this product. It's a financial product on the market. You don't need to get super nitty gritty, but basically all you need to know is a Bitcoin ETF would allow more people to get to invest in Bitcoin. Currently, kasi, what you would have to do now is you would have to get on an exchange. You have to sign up to an exchange, and it's like buy and sell. You buy Bitcoin for dollars or for pesos, and then as mentioned by Jordan from Facebook, buy high, sell low. I think the ano is a buy low, sell high. But maybe if you're shorting, I mean, I don't know. If you're shorting, you want to buy low and sell it. Sorry, if you're shorting, you want to buy high nga and sell it when it's low. That's true. Um, so there is that. Although in general, teka lang nga, let me turn on. Why can't I? Uh, there's something wrong na naman with the chat na I can't highlight the individual messages. I've been having problems with the chat. It's kind of there we go. Okay. It was just ano. Traditionally you would want to buy low and sell high. But if you're shorting, sige fine, pwede buy high, sell low. I mean, it still makes sense like that. Meowtech from YouTube. I have never used Binance actually, or Binance as the kids like to call it. My preferred exchange has always been Kraken. So Kraken is also not registered in the Philippines. I think it's silly that our authorities are running after these exchanges, to be honest, when they could be doing so many other more impactful and productive things. But that's just me. If you are on Binance and you want to keep trading, and Philippine SEC, says that they can't operate, or it cracks down and it petitions the NTC to tell the ISPs not to allow access to Binance. Number one, just you can use a VPN, super easy way to get around these kind of kalokohan restrictions. I mean, even China, which has very restrictive internet policies, people there, when they want to Google, when they want to use websites that are banned, they just use a VPN. And that you can probably do something similar when the Binance ban comes out, or they start implementing the Binance ban. So you can use a VPN. You can use a hardware VPN like this one. This is the Deeper Connect Air, which we reviewed last month or 2 months ago on the channel. I mean, you don't need to use this one. There are software VPNs or VPN services, but I like this one because it's hardware. You don't pay a monthly subscription. You just need to pay for the hardware once, and you have a VPN for life, basically. And then there are more details in the review video that we did. Just full disclaimer, the company did send us this item for review, but they had no say in what we had to say about it, so walang editorial control. Plus, I personally, I think this is a really cool idea, like a hardware VPN. You'll notice I keep it right beside my computer, just in case I need to use a VPN. I just plug it into my computer. So, one, you can use a VPN, or two, just hop on an exchange that is not Binance. I do not think our SEC will do a whack-a-mole and ban all of the exchanges. So the regulatory framework here is very hodgepodge, and it's like mainit yung crypto ngayon, so let's do something about it. 2 months later, nobody's talking about it anymore, and it'll just kind of be forgotten. So I'm kind of curious even kung matuloy ba yung ban sa Binance. But personally, I have never traded on Binance. I don't have an account. I always use Kraken. I like for years, like sobrang tagal ko na sa Kraken. I trust the exchange. It is not licensed to do business here and allow trading of securities here in the Philippines. But the SEC hasn't been as vocal about it as Binance. So, just Matic is actually, it's easy to sell. Again, you can sell it on Kraken, Binance. All of the major exchanges have Kraken. Have Matic on them. You see, the Binance thing with P2P, the way Kraken works is it's an actual exchange. So when the exchange matches buyers and sellers, pero hindi siya yung parang you need to wait it in escrow. I mean, it's really like you're doing, if you're familiar with yung stock online stock purchasing tool natin dito, CitySec. It's kind of like that, but for crypto. So you put in a sell order, you put in a buy order, and the exchange will take care of everything. Hindi ka na maghihintay ng P2P na may mag-accept pa nung offer mo or something like that. It's all automatic. So it's a lot faster. It's a lot more efficient. But I'm sure Binance also has a similar feature. I wouldn't use P2P myself. You just want like fast transactions. Taga Ilocano, yeah, it's not pwede magtanong, but it's okay. I can I usually field tech questions regardless of the live streams that I'm currently doing, and the short answer is yes. The Assassin 4 will handle a 7800 X3D. That's a big boy cooler, one of the more premium end of deep cool. Should be able to handle it no problem. I haven't actually tried the newest Assassin, but the reviews I've seen have been very complimentary naman. Deep cool usually is very reliable. So yes, I am pretty confident that the Assassin 4 can handle the 7800 X3D. Yep. So just what are we talking about? About the Bitcoin ETF. So ETF is basically an easier way for people to invest in Bitcoin. They don't actually have to own Bitcoin, so they don't have to hop onto an exchange and buy Bitcoin. So an ETF is easier for mainstream investors to buy into. And so the theory is the more mainstream investors are able to access or to pour money into Bitcoin, the better for everyone. Prices will go up. Liquidity is always good in an investing instrument. So the US SEC has been very against these kind of securities or financial instruments. But over the past few months, because there have been several court cases where the courts in the US have said na we don't find any logic in the US SEC's decision on why on rejecting these kind of securities. So basically, may pressure sa US SEC to approve Bitcoin ETF. A lot of people think that will happen based on the filing deadlines and the deadline also of the SEC to approve these ETFs. It's usually the next window is between January 5 to 10. So that's around 31 days, like yung maximum Jan 10. So ever since like 4 to 6 weeks ago, the Bitcoin price has been shooting through the roof. So before this whole, I mean, investors were aware naman na ang dami nag-apply for Bitcoin ETF para ma-approve, nare-reject. But yun nga, since they've been gathering momentum on the approval and approval seems imminent, Bitcoin prices have gone like tremendously up. So, this roughly before the hoopla started, mga $30,000 per Bitcoin. Now it's almost at 44,000. So that's almost a 50% gain from, again, roughly. I mean, because since crypto winter, so the all-time high Bitcoin was around 69,000. Then sobrang bumagsak yung market, crypto winter, and then the price went down all the way to 16,000. So when I say like 30,000 yung floor, that's not the lowest that Bitcoin has gone down since its all-time high. It's been much lower. But just in terms of time frame, na around 6 weeks ago, when there's a momentum starting. And then what was wild was like around a month ago, magka-rumor lang. May rumor na na-approve na yung Bitcoin ETF. There was a legit crypto site, a news site which published na, we have chismis na in a couple of hours ma-approve na yung Bitcoin ETF. But wait, I have a message from the shop which I need to reply to. So, yeah, so people naman were aware about the Bitcoin ETF, but around a month ago, nung nagka-chismis na na-approve na or approval was very imminent, biglang tumaas siya through the roof. Like the Bitcoin price like shot up through the roof. And even though the rumor proved to be false, wala pang na-approve na US-based Bitcoin ETF, the price has been going steadily up. So if you just look at that na when the market thought na na-approve na yung ETF, sobrang nag-shoot up yung Bitcoin price. So there is a lot of speculation that when a Bitcoin ETF is approved, and there are several. So a lot of financial companies have submitted proposals to the US SEC to have their Bitcoin ETF approved. So if one is approved, most likely there will be several that will be approved at the same time. And um yeah, so people think na wait, that I just need to make do with a hello Vadsky from South Africa. Sorry, I just need to I will get back to the stream shortly. I will get back to the yeah, sorry. It's like it's like the shop is 24 hours. There's always something that is cropping up with the shop. So, based on just the history of that rumor, it's like there's a large demand for the Bitcoin ETF, and that's translating into higher prices for Bitcoin in general. So that's why the prices, you're trying to look for a window. Like if you weren't able to buy earlier on, I was able to buy some when the price was around 36,000, and that's not even the lowest was around 30, I think, before this window. But it's been very difficult to find an entry point price because the price hasn't subsided. When it hit 38K, people were like, there's going to be a correction, maybe 20% correction. When it hits 40K, there's going to be a major correction. We're at almost 44K now, and it has been at 44K a little bit before. Then it'll stump down to maybe 43. The prices are very tight. The prices don't go down a lot, so it's been very different to. Wait, that last for the chat. What's up, Maverick Hornet? So yeah, just based on that, the price has shot up through the roof of Bitcoin. Altcoins have followed. So there is a limited window where you can stock up. Actually, what it's interesting with Bitcoin now. So the Bitcoin ETF early January, and then the halving of Bitcoin. So it's a hard limit coded into the cryptocurrency that after X number of coins have been minted, the number of coins that you get when you mine is halved. I forget what it is now. If we're at 50 Bitcoin per every time a successful mining operation will get you 50, but after the halving, it will only become 25. So that was built in so that to combat inflation, so that the number of Bitcoin in circulation becomes more valuable because less is produced, even with the same amount of effort being put into it. And the halving is also very soon, I think, kasi hindi siya hardwired date. It's in terms of how many Bitcoin are produced. I think the latest estimates have it at around April. So most analysts have it that prices will go up because of the Bitcoin ETF. The Bitcoin ETF gets approved, prices go up, and then prices will drop again. So hindi pa to itong parang golden all-time high ng Bitcoin. After the ETF, supposedly prices will drop. The price will go up briefly, the short spike of excitement and euphoria, and then supposedly prices will go down again, and then that's a true build up to like the golden season, the all-time high of Bitcoin, which will come after the halving. I tend to take all of those analyses with a little grain of salt because a lot of people, especially on crypto Twitter or Crypto X, have some wild ideas in general. But I think it's reasonable. And also, it's very hard to predict, like 6 months into the future, these kind of instruments, crypto. That's why I enjoy the crypto space because it's really like a roller coaster. It's super up, then super down, then super up. So, um, that is the current general thought. But even just in a very short, truncated time span, yun nga, you basically have a month left. If prices of Bitcoin drop, like I'm waiting for it to drop even just slightly so that I can at least get in a little bit more before the Bitcoin ETF. Um, so this is why yun nga, the title is a little clickbaity, but yeah, 31 days to make money. Um, Going long. So if or you don't even need to go long. Long or short, that involves leverage. Leverage is always riskier, but just doing it on spot, meaning that you put in some money, you get Bitcoin in exchange. That's already a good deal. Positioning yourself for the expected price increase of Bitcoin due to the imminent approval, kuno or supposedly of the Bitcoin ETF. Um, yes. So that's the one that it's kind of exciting. The thing with crypto, it's like, and the thing with investment in general, the horizons are usually, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years down the line, right? But itong parang the Bitcoin ETF approval is something that is very near, supposedly very imminent. And just from like a spectator's point of view, there are some that are saying that you buy the rumor and sell the news. Basically, may hype up na event, people are getting hyped up, so people are buying, tumataas yung prices. And when the event happens, it doesn't really move the price pala. Like people get disappointed, so the prices drop. Buy the rumor, sell the news. When it actually happens, when the event itself actually happens, that could happen with the Bitcoin ETF. I don't know. This isn't financial advice. It's just very interesting to um, watch as a spectator, and also exciting when you have a little skin in the game. Like as I've said before, I do trade in crypto currencies every now and then. It's doubly exciting if you have skin in the game. So people have been saying that there's an imminent correction coming. Um, that's what the smart money would do. But at the same time, feeling ko irrational na to eh. I mean, there's a kind of exuberance taking over the market because it's so tantalizingly close, the ETF. So I think irrationality is winning out because the market isn't rational. You can't argue with it. And there's so many things that should be pulling down the crypto market. Actually, the U.S. has macroeconomics wise, the economics isn't looking that great for stock markets, for commodities, for crypto in general. The US debt is crazy high. They can't get a budget going. It's always like these extensions. They have the war in Ukraine to fund, the war in Israel to fund. Gold hasn't been doing that great. The tech companies themselves have rallied a little bit, in fairness, but there is the possible instability of China becoming uppity over Taiwan. So macroeconomics, there isn't a lot to look at and think that 6 months from now everything's gonna be nice and rosy. But again, but the market is not rational, particularly the crypto market. So I think with my personal thing is like putting technical analysis aside, people are just like salivating over like, oh, I think Bitcoin will shoot through the roof, and that is what is keeping prices up now. I wish actually that the prices would go down so I could get in a little bit more. Pero I don't think I don't think there will be a personally my thought now is that I don't think a correction, a retracing, whatever you want to call it. I don't think there will be a significant correction until the Bitcoin ETF is released, because it's just like the market is being buoyed now by I already bought already. Either you already bought and you're gonna hold until the Bitcoin ETF comes out, or you keep hearing about the Bitcoin ETF and you see, and I will. So yeah, let's pull up Bitcoin now. So I use Coin Codex to track prices. You notice the stars here. So these are the the currencies that I track. So this is you can tailor it to the coins that you want to follow. So 1 month, yeah, 1 month. November 12, we were at 37K per Bitcoin. Now we are currently at almost 44. I mean, 1 month, um, that is crazy. And so either you bought Bitcoin early, sort of relatively in the cycle, and you're gonna hold on to it until the Bitcoin ETF is done, and or you have FOMO and you let me get the proper thingy. And you want to get in on the action. I don't know why I can never get. Okay, there we go. The proper windows, right? So I think those two things are propping up the price. Either you already bought and you're holding, or two, you haven't bought yet and you're like, gosh darn it, I missed my chance. I'm just gonna buy anyway. And the professionals look down on those people. They're like, oh, you're buying into resistance. I mean, ang dami mga technical terms to say na don't buy when the price is high. Essentially, that's what they're saying. Don't buy when the price is high. But FOMO, fear of missing out, right? So I think you've either bought and you're holding, or number two, FOMO. That will I don't because of those two factors, I don't think there will be a major correction until after the Bitcoin ETF. Thanks, Vadsky. Actually, this crypto watch, I do it once a month. So that's not frequent enough to tackle the latest news. So just more like general trends. Me personally, I do take an active interest in crypto. So I do trade. But as for content for the channel, usually Hardware Sugar is more about PC hardware. But we do this crypto watch every once a month, and occasionally, rarely, we do have a video like directly tackling cryptocurrency, but not too much. This is just really more um like I'm interested in it, and it's kind of adjacent to the PC hardware space, especially back in the day when you could use PC hardware for mining. Not so much anymore because Ethereum moved to proof of stake rather than proof of work, and Bitcoin, it's not cost efficient anymore to use GPUs to mine. So you need ASIC miners. So before, the spaces were much more. There was much more overlap between the space of PC hardware and crypto, but I still do it now because it's just it's fun for me. I enjoy speculating. Again, this is not advice or anything. This is just like my opinions on it. I enjoy sharing. Like, I feel nauseous after buying this and the price dropped. So I had some really bad shorts last month. Like, I didn't expect. Again, yeah, I'm wrong all the time. Frequent viewers know I'm wrong all the time. Not advice at all. Like, I had a couple of shorts that went really bad around 6 weeks ago, just when the Bitcoin ETF euphoria was starting to heat up. I'm like, no, I bet against the market. I'm like, no, I don't think. One, the Bitcoin ETF was too far away. Two, the macroeconomics don't look good. I think people are smart enough not to buy yet. Uh, so I was like, oh, and that's the thing. Like, you think you're smart, you think you're doing the smart moves, but the market is not. Well, supposedly the market is rational, but what the actors in the market, people are irrational, and maybe the market ultimately determines the best price, which is the whole point of free market economics. But it takes time for it to get to the best price, and in the meantime, your shorts just got your shorts just got massacred, and you have to cut back. You're in the red. You have to cut back on losses. You can't argue with the market that the price is wrong. It should be like this. So that was me like 6 weeks ago. I took a really bad blow to my shorts. So I'm actually down this year, but hopefully we'll make it back with the longs on Bitcoin, and I have a long on Ethereum as well. I better through an exchange. If you do it through a wallet, then you're doing it peer to peer, and there's a whole that's not a safe way to do it, because you would have to know the people or have some kind of contact with the people that you're buying and selling with. The price will not be as good as that on an exchange. The logistics of saying that, oh, I sent you the money, send me my crypto. It's not a great way to trade. Definitely use an exchange. Personally, I use Kraken. A lot of people use Binance. There's so many other exchanges out there. But I personally use Kraken. I've been doing it for years, and I'm super happy with them. Stop Maverick Hornet. I do have a Solana investment. That is true. Solana before was as low as $8. I think even like I remember it being lower pa nga eh. So that's true. I mean, there are several altcoins that are outperforming Bitcoin in terms of returns. Avax, I have some Avax as well. Um, it's just that Bitcoin is still the train that is pulling everything. Bitcoin does well, altcoins will do well. Bitcoins don't do well. Bitcoin is not doing well. Altcoins won't do well also. I do have an entry of Solana at around $50. I did not buy it. I did not buy it at $8. Uh, s- and it's easy to beat yourself up. Now, shit, I should have bought at when the price was so low. Now it's so high. But again, it's very hard to predict the future. When FTX is a big exchange which crashed like 4 months ago or so. The Sam Friedman thing 4 or 5 months ago, or was it around 6 months ago? They had significant holdings in Solana. So people at the time were like, the court is gonna have to sell these coins slowly, but they will have to sell them. They'll have to liquidate them, and that will saturate the market. So supposedly the smart money at the time was don't buy Solana. But look, as Maverick Hornet pointed out, now it was so low before. Now it's at $72 per Solana. So it's it's easy to beat yourself up. Hindsight is 2020. You look at it now and you think that, "Oh, I should have bought Bitcoin when it was $16,000 only. I should have bought Solana when it was $8." Yung mga INJ, Inch, that's another crypto. I mean, these are things like below $1. Now they're way up. But it's easy to do that in hindsight. But it's much harder to pull the trigger when you're in the moment and you're just trying to figure out. Yes, there's always a level of uncertainty, but for me, it's always a poker analogy. For poker, you can never know everything. You try to play the hand the best you can with the information that you have on hand. And it's really a gamble. Sugal talaga siya. But, yeah, again, you try to make the best decision you can with the information that you have. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And again, yeah, you just want to be in the green, right? Sometimes you'll have really big successes, sometimes really big losses, small losses, um, small gains. Um, but yes, it's true. I mean, there are altcoins, and a lot of altcoins outperform Bitcoin. But if you think the crypto market is unstable or very volatile, mas lalo pa yung altcoin market. Like Bitcoin at least is something that a lot of people follow. So the price gyrations are crazy, but not as crazy as some altcoins. Yung mga pump and dump, mga rug pulls. I mean, it's like when people are hyping up a coin, so the value goes up, and then suddenly it drops like a rock. Um, that is much more pronounced in altcoins rather than in Bitcoin. So for sure, I mean, if you find an altcoin that you like, you should really invest. I myself don't just stick to Bitcoin. Although the altcoins I usually frequent are they've been around a while. I like OMG, I like OXT, Ripple, XRP. XRP has always been a loser for me. Like I sell it naman at a profit, but like I feel that the gains aren't as big as compared like if I'd put it in other things. Tezos, XTZ, I also like. Bitcoin Cash was very good like 3 months before. Now not so good. Like it's kind of hit its ceiling a little bit. But yeah, there are so many altcoins out there. And actually that brings me up to my next the last topic of the stream is this one. Hang on, let me just pull up more pricing. Sup, Brennan? Thank you for being a patron of the shop. Okay, let me just share my. Hang on, I should have done this earlier. So my current trading strategy is very aggressive because I have a bunch of altcoins. So I was a dumb trader. My trading history was, so I rode the wave, so I was with Bitcoin, I was doing really well. Yung mga spot trades ko lang when Bitcoin was climbing up, and then Bitcoin hit its peak and then it started dropping like a rock, and that really dissuaded me. So I left the cryptos. I didn't touch any of my crypto for like a year. I just watched prices plummet, which A, was stupid. B, I should have just sold them. Yun nga, yung parang you're holding on thinking that this can't be the floor. It will probably rebound, but it just kept dropping and dropping. I didn't want to sell it even though may gains pa siya. Parang in my mind, sayang, sayang. That's really the thing. If you want to be a good trader, you have to be dispassionate and set your targets. And it's a really good learning lesson for me. I took such, they were like body blows. Yung paper losses lang nga naman because I still have the crypto, but God, my losses, like, it's like deep losses. If I had been smarter, I would have sold them and then shorted. There's always a way to make money in the market, whether it's going up or going down. The only so you and you think, well, I just won't touch anything, but you're also losing money if you just don't touch. Um, if you're also losing money if you don't proactively manage your portfolio, and that's what I did. When prices were starting to drop, I just put my head in the sand um uh and hoped it would get better, but it didn't. And it's only now that it's starting to recover. So with that kind of mindset that I have a lot of altcoins which I didn't touch from the last time that I was trading. My thing is, for those altcoins I won't touch, and I will wait until they go up again. So when Bitcoin hits its all-time high, it's gonna drag the altcoins, whether that's next year, 2 years from now, I can wait. Again, only invest money that you can afford to lose or that you can afford to put to sleep for a long time. So those are my long-term bets. My short-term bets, I'm very aggressive. I set aside some money, and then I'm very actively, like, very fast trades. Like 1 or 2 days, it went up 2%. Okay na yan, sell na yan. And also, using leverage, going long on a particular currency, meaning you're betting it will go up, or going short. So that's what I did with Bitcoin. I went long at 36K. I have another entry at 38K and another entry at 43K. And Ethereum, I should have short longed it when it was cheaper, but I think I have an entry at around 2.2 or something. Not that great. The price went up, but it still it's still close to the price that it is now. So basically, my short-term strategy is very, very aggressive. High risk, high return, high loss also. But I do have another long-term strategy, which is this. Let me share this screen. Okay, hang on a sec. So this strategy combines staking with dollar cost averaging. Is it DAC or DCA? I can never remember. But okay, here we go. Let me just share the screen. So my other long-term investment strategy is that, because you can stake crypto. Basically, that is, you buy some crypto and then you kind of give it back to the organizers of that crypto, and in turn you get interest. Basically, it's like it's like a TD, it's like a time deposit. But these TDs, our current Philippine local time deposits, how much do you get per year? Masaya ka na kung 4%, mataas yun, maybe 3.5%. But I looked for cryptos that have a high rate of return for their staking rewards. So the interest that you earn. So I identified three. That's Atom, so that's Cosmos, Dot, and Secret, SCRT. So these guys offer like between 15 to 20% interest per annum. So my thing is, every month I will buy a little bit of these three, Atom, Dot, and Secret, starting in July. So some of the dates are wrong. These are when I actually bought, but sometimes hinahabol ko. So this is for July. Sorry. So you can see the mouse. Yeah. This is my into July, August, September, October, November. I haven't bought yet for December. So basically, whatever the price is during that month, I will buy a little bit. So I put here like how many of the coin I bought, and I um and then this one is how much I spent, like how much I spent in dollar terms, and this is the price I bought it at. So the thinking behind this is these guys are high interest earning crypto. I will buy a little bit of them every month, stake them so that it earns interest, and then the interest I will just also restake. So the pie, the number of these coins that I have will grow bigger and bigger. And since these are high interest earning crypto, it will earn faster. And the hope is that yes, I get more crypto because they are high earning. You stake them and you can get 15 to 20% per annum depending on the coin kasi paiba-iba yan per coin. But also the hope is that the dollar price will go up also, and that's what we'll take a look at now. Atom, so I've bought between 7.6 and $9 per Atom. Currently the price of Atom is, let me check. So the highest I bought at was at 9, and then the lowest I bought at was 10.6. Sorry, 9.24 pala. This is the closest that it's been to Bitcoin. Sorry, the closest that it's been to Atom. And then let's see how much Atom is now. It took a it's down -7%, but it's still $10.33. So on all of the every time, so all of my purchases of Atom, that's all up na. That's all in the green. Plus, I've been earning interest. Yun nga, 15 to 20% per annum. This is my long-term strategy. Hold the altcoins I already have, sell them when they are crazy expensive again, when Bitcoin reaches its all-time high. But I am also actively buying new crypto for the future. So ito yung Atom. All of my Atom holdings just for this particular strategy are already up. And we haven't reached any kind. I mean, yeah, Bitcoin is up, but it's not like at an all-time high. There's still uncertainty. Lalaki pa to. Lalaki pa yung number of Atom that I have because of the interest earning staking, and the value of each Atom will go up some more. So let's do the same thing with DOT. The cheapest I was able to buy it at was 3.9. And the most expensive was at 5.3 in November and July. DOT now is at, let's see what DOT is now at. $7.13. If I bought it at like $5, that is almost a 50% return. And again, I only started doing this in July. And I would buy it regardless kung up or down yung market. If you notice for a long time, sorry, let me get the screenshot again. For a long time, hindi nagbabago yung all of the prices were in this very tight range. 4.7, 3.9, then 5, usually 5. But regardless kung ano yung price, basta every month, bibili ako. And that's what I mentioned about dollar cost averaging. That's where if you buy the asset that you want periodically, regardless of what the price is at that time, eventually over time, mag-average out yung price. Because sometimes it'll be high, sometimes it'll be low. It'll average out. So this is kind of my version of the dollar cost averaging, which, as Maverick Hornet pointed out, there's a famous investor that he's been big on Bitcoin. Kahit mataas, Bitcoin is up, he'll buy. Bitcoin is low, he'll still buy. And in the long run, he is up. So that's the dollar cost averaging or dollar average cost. I forget which the exact term is. And then, so lastly, so for Secret, I like Secret because it's the highest bearing. I think this is 20% per annum coin. So it's basically at 0.36. Cheapest was 30 cents per secret. And then the most expensive was at a 38 cents. And currently, secret is at for 40 cents. So not too much gain actually on secret. Although you notice here it was at 0.41, 0.4133. So actually still a gain. Not too shabby actually. Yeah. Oop. Not too shabby actually. All of them still in the green. And 10%. Like this one is already at 10%, 10%. This one more than 10%. It's like a 30%, more than 10%, around 10%. So yeah, that is the long-term strategy I'm pursuing alongside everything else. So very aggressive short-term moves, um, very fast trades, and also using leverage. But I also have a long-term strategy in place. Mm. Um, yeah. So that's basically the two things I wanted to cover for our last crypto watch of the year. Bitcoin ETF uh, is expected to come soon. Price is going up because of that, but that is not anywhere near peak euphoria. Post halving, and when it becomes harder and harder to find Bitcoin because it becomes harder and harder to generate Bitcoin, then that is when people are expecting Bitcoin price to really shoot through the roof. So this time next year, it'll be interesting to see what the Bitcoin price is. And if you look at the video description below, if you're watching on YouTube, I actually put the Bitcoin price every time that I do an episode. And you can really see that we were there at the high. We were at around 66, 69K. The crypto winter, it dropped and then now it's back up again. So it's a more volatile space, but I think for me that's what makes it interesting. And I try not to get attached, like, oh, this coin, and then this coin is the best coin. I mean, that's ridiculous. All the coins are there to make you money. You buy low, you sell high, or vice versa, or conversely, if you're shorting. But you shouldn't get emotionally attached, like, oh, Avax is the best, INJ, Pyth, Python, whatever. Monero, Litecoin, Solana, it doesn't matter. The best coin is the coin that makes you money. And if don't be afraid to cut your losses. Yeah, don't get too emotional about the coins that you're trading. Na parang, ba't ka ganyan? Or ano. That's why I find the space so interesting. It's so dynamic. Everything's always changing. There's a lot of rumor. There's a lot of speculation. It's really like a roller coaster ride, with the added caveat that you could really lose your shirt, lose your house. So be very careful. Only invest the amount that you can afford to lose is good advice. Again, none of this is financial advice. This is just me sharing my experience as someone who has been in the crypto space for a long time and who does trade, who does actively trade. Yeah, so that's it. Sorry, I do have a bunch of other stuff I need to work on. I pointed out to the YouTube members that this month, so far, every day of December, we've pumped out new content, whether it is a short, a new video, a live stream. We have had a new one every day, and we're trying to continue that. We'll try to see if we can make it up to the end of December, and every day may single piece of content, because there is a lot of stuff to go through. Either reviews or our normal videos, our giveaway stuff. So if you do want a gaming rig, do check out that video. It's on our YouTube. If you are looking for a very nice looking modern case with lots of good airflow, the APNX C1, we're giving that away as well. And you can choose whether black or white. Also, check out the relevant video up now on our YouTube. Sup, Zagbot? Good afternoon. All right, that's it for me for Crypto Watch for 2023. Happy trading, everyone. If you do trade, happy holidays. And I hope you earn enough to get yourself a new GPU. Or if not, if you're lucky enough to get a brand new rig from our gaming rig giveaway or a brand new case from our case giveaway. Yun. Have a good week. Have a good weekend. Tomorrow will either be our review of the ROG Strix Z790A Gaming Wi-Fi 2 motherboard if I finish editing it today, or it will be a gaming live stream. But definitely there will be something also tomorrow. So do check back. All right. See you guys.